de construcción, espacio, condición. I was driving one day and I was listening to a podcast from the New York Times, which is called The Daily. And it was this journalist that got interested in the death of the last male of this species, which is northern white rhinoceros. And he got interested on this fact because when it died, only two females remain left. A mother and a daughter. And his description of the daily life of these individuals was very interesting to me. Like, it took me to think and reflect about calm in the middle of the chaos, you know, calm in front of the extinction, in front of the possibility of the end. It was during the pandemics, so the feeling, the general feeling was, you know, actually this, no? What if this is something like the end of an era, at least an era, no? And that was the inspiration for the piece. When I started working with the musician, which is called Jorge da Rocha, and he's a beloved artist, I wanted the music to sound very organic. He's a contrabass player, and I wanted, you know, to play all the time with the perception of the audience, with the music, so that people could, you know, at one point think that maybe it was the performer who was singing. So I wanted a very strong voice, you know, sounds that were very organic, and I wanted him to play with also beatboxing, you know, and sounds that can remind, you know, to street, like a bottle, you know, a door, things like that. So at the beginning it was only music and there were moments of total silence, but at one point I was needing a sound, you know, something that was accompanying him during the silent moments, you know, like the beginning. And I was like, I need something here. And one day we were working the first scene that was in silence at that point, and you know, there was the whole pandemic situation, so we decided to open the windows. Like, we need to open the windows just in case, you know? And the sound of the street got in onto the stage, and that was it. Like, of course, I mean, he is an urban dancer, and his condition, he is locked here, that's his condition, but, you know, the memory of the street is into the space. So the performer of the piece is Louis. He's an extraordinary dancer from Ivory Coast, but raised in France, and now he's living in Barcelona, so that's how we met. And it was a very interesting encounter because we come from very different backgrounds. It was his first time working with contemporary dance, and you know, it was very interesting because we had to build a bridge between both languages and kind of create a language of our own. The choreography, it's based on a methodology where I alter and modify dynamics, spaces, and recognizable forms of very specific dance techniques. And in his case, we work with the styles he dances, finger tatting, waving, cramp, and we alter, you know, some elements like, you know, the distance he had with the hands on the finger tatting. You know, finger tatting is here, so we just kind of put the hands here, you know. So that transforms completely the technique, and we took these elements to a different aesthetic level. And this contextualize this dance, so as a spectator we cannot relate it to any context or stereotype.